ride on the DoLpHin. Hello everyone, welcome. I'm Aakriti, Queen of Words. It's time for story now. So let's open the book and make sure that you write in the comment box what lesson you have learned today and also how did you like the story. And also share with me your thoughts about the first story, The Cloud Girl, and the second story, The Lollipop Dance. Please do write in the comment box what are your thoughts about those stories. So let's begin with the story. Let's open the book. Once upon a time, there lived a small boy named Nike. He lived on the outskirts of Funland, a small town. Everyone called him Naughty Nike because he was a very naughty boy. One day, while going through the family photographs, he came across a photo in which he was sitting on his grandmother's lap. That photograph was clicked 5 years back. He suddenly remembered his grandma and went running to his mother, who was watering the plants in the garden. Mother, mother, look, grandma, he said as he raised the photo so that his mother could have a look at it. Yes, Nike, she misses all of us a lot. We had a word with her last night only, said his mother, smiling. Why didn't you tell me? Even I would have spoken to her, Nike said sadly. Nike's mother put her hand on his shoulder and said, Sweetie, you were asleep in your room, so your dad and I did not wake you up. Can I talk to her right now? Please call her, Nike said to his mom, wiping away the mud from his leg. Sure, Nike, Grandma will be very happy to hear your voice. Go and get the phone, his mother said as she turned back to water the plants. Nike ran back inside the house and got the phone. The eagerness to talk to his grandma showed clearly on his face. What happened, Mom? Nike asked his mother as she lowered down the phone. Nike, I think she must be busy. She didn't answer. I'm sure she'll call back when she gets free, his mother said, keeping the phone aside. Nike was disappointed but soon cheered up while playing with his friends in the nearby park. While playing, he saw a bus stopping at the bus stop near the park and leaving after the passengers hopped out and in. He suddenly thought, why don't I give Grandma a surprise? I'll go and meet her. In fact, we will all go and meet her. That night, while having dinner, Nike told his father that he wanted to go and meet Grandma along with both of them. Sorry, Nike, not possible for another month. Dad's got a lot of work in the office, said his mother, serving the food. What if Mom and I go? Will that be fine? Nike asked hopefully. No way, Nike. I can't let you both go alone. You know how unsafe it can be outside. Now, no more discussion on this topic. You tell me, how are your studies going? Asked his father. Fine, Nike said sadly. Mom, please can I go alone to meet Grandma? I am really missing her a lot. Nike asked his mom as she tucked him into his warm bed. Nike, you know what your dad had said on the table. No more discussion on this topic. Now go off to sleep. I hope you remember that you have a test in the school tomorrow. Good night, his mom said as she kissed his forehead and went away after switching off the lights. Yes, Mom, good night, Nike replied as he took out that same photo of him and his grandma and looked at it under the moonlight, which came in through a round shaped window just above his bed. Love you, Grandma, he whispered as he kissed the photo and put it under his pillow and went off to sleep. The next day, Nike discussed this with his friend Tom in the school during the lunch break. Tom said to him, if you really want to meet your grandma, then why don't you go alone without telling your parents? Nike thought for a while. He decided that he wanted to meet his grandma and that was final. That night, When everyone was asleep, Nike packed his small blue bag with a shirt and a trouser, two packets of chips, a water bottle, a box of pencils, a small notebook, and put on his new red shoes and quietly slipped out of the house. Should I have listened to Tom? Have I done the right thing by not listening to my parents? He asked himself while on the way to the bus stop. After walking for 10 minutes, he arrived at the bus stop and sat on the bench for the next bus. The bus arrived after 20 minutes and Nike climbed onto the bus. Ticket, please, said the stout conductor. How much is the ticket for? Asked Nike. Rupees 20, said the curious conductor. Okay, well, can you exchange this packet of pencils for the ticket? Your kids will love them. There are 20 pencils in this box. Please, I don't have money and I need to go to my grandma's house. Please help me, said Nike innocently. The conductor examined the pencils and at last agreed, handing over the ticket to Nike. Nike sat on the last seat of the bus and went off to sleep. He woke up with a bang the next morning as the conductor shook him, telling him that his stop had arrived. Well, all right. Good morning, Mr. Conductor. Thank you, Nike said as he picked up his bag. He looked out of the window and the sun shined brightly. As he was getting off the bus, the conductor asked him, Do you know the address, tiny chap? Well, I'll reach it somehow. By the way, thank you for accepting the pencils, Mr. Conductor, Nike said. Wait, boy, take these pencils with you. You are like my child. I don't want anything in return. The ride was from my side. Here, take them, the conductor said, handing over the pencils to Nike. Nike took the pencils, smiling at the conductor. He hopped off the bus and looked all around as the bus went away, and there was a small town ahead of him. The town was full of people rushing here and there. The market was decorated with colorful lights and flowers. Okay, so this is not so easy as I thought it would be, Nike said to himself, wondering whether he had done the right thing or not. Excuse me, sir. Could you please tell me where does Mrs. Nancy Huld stay? She is my dearest grandma. I am going to visit her. Nike asked the gold seller who was arranging the rings in the showcase. Well, dear chap, I am a shopkeeper, not an information giver. Hop off to the information desk and they will help you, said the shopkeeper looking at Nike from up to down. Okay, where is it? Asked Nike. Madam, please have a seat. I'll just show you the gold jewelry in a minute, the shopkeeper said as a young woman entered his shop. Just getting rid of this tiny chap, he said as he blinked towards the woman. The information desk is on the main road towards the left after two red lights. And yes, go slowly as the desk will open after 15 minutes. You are early, said the shopkeeper as he looked at the time in his brown watch. Well, this is not at all easy, Nike thought again as he looked around. Then he asked himself, should I return home or should I go to grandma? The return bus is at night, so I will have to spend the day here anyways. Let's go to the information desk, he whispered. Walk slowly, Nike. The information desk must be closed right now. He spoke to himself on the way to the information desk. He took out a packet of chips and started munching on it. He soon arrived at the information desk. Excuse me, ma'am, when will the desk open? He asked a woman sitting next to him in the waiting section. Dear boy, even I am new in this town, she spoke as she continued reading her magazine. Hey, mom and dad, I miss you. Why did I not listen to you? It's scary here without you both. Nike spoke to himself sadly. Soon an old man with a walking stick opened the lock of the rusted gate of the desk and took a seat inside. He rang the bell, which meant the visitors could now come into a line and ask their questions. Nike's turn was after the woman who was reading the magazine. Where is the famous burger shop named Burger on my plate? I cannot find it. The location shows that it is here, she asked, emotionless. Kindly walk for 5 minutes behind this desk, madam. You will reach your destination. Next, please, said the old man. Nike walked up and asked, where does Mrs. Nancy Hurd stay? She is my grandma. Well, are you alone, tiny chap? The old man asked as he got up to see whether anyone else was there with Nike. Long line of visitors here, he said to himself. Yes, sir, I am alone. Unfortunately, Nike replied, bending his head down. Let me see. The old man said, opening the register of the residents of the town, and went on the page where names from N were beginning. He then went up to the name Nancy. So many Nancys in this town. Where is Hurd? He said while looking at the names and wiping off his nose with a white handkerchief. Here it is. There are two women named Nancy Hurd in this town. Do you have any other information about her so that we can point out which one of them is your grandma? Do you have a phone number or a photo? The old man asked with his eyes wide open. Yes, I have a phone number and a photo, Nike answered as he took out the photo from his bag. It was the same photo in which he was sitting in his grandma's lap. All right, tell me her phone number, chap, and show me the photo, the old man said, looking towards the register. Nike told the old man the number. He had written it on a small paper which he carried with him from home. He also showed him the photo. You were cute back then, little boy, the old man said as he looked at the photo. Nike grinned. The old man then checked the phone number and said, here it is. Your grandma is the second one. Here, I'm writing the address on this paper. It's not far away. Really? Then I'll be with her soon, exclaimed Nike happily. Not that soon, little boy. Be careful of the small river which you need to cross in order to reach your grandma. If you're not careful, you may just drown, said the old man, ringing his bell for the next person to come up. What? I need to cross a river? Asked Nike, shocked as he had just heard something he did not expect at all. You heard me right, little one, the old man replied. Could you please call my grandma and tell her that I'm in town and coming to meet her? I don't have a phone. I'm a kid after all, Nike said to the old man. The old man dialed his grandma's number on the phone, kept on his desk, and waited as the ring went. No answer. Your grandma must be outside collecting some fruits to eat. Bad luck. Now go on your way. I have a long line here, the old man said as he again looked out of the window and saw a long line of visitors. Nike went on his way towards the address, sad and tired, not knowing what to do ahead. It was a long way, and going back was not an option now. After walking for 30 minutes, he reached the river and looked around. It was completely silent there, and only the sound of the river could be heard. There were two boats which were taking the people back and forth. Nike sat on a bench facing the river and wondered, I cannot pay to sit in the boat and go to the other end. How will I cross the river? Grandma was just 20 minutes away. Suddenly, a dolphin came to the bank of the river and asked him, what happened, dear Nike? Why are you so sad? Nike looked at the dolphin with amaze and then asked, hello, how do you know my name? I know everything, said the dolphin as she grinned and asked him as to why was he there all alone. Well, I want to go to meet my grandma, but I need to cross this river to go to her home. I need to go back to my home too. I don't have the money to sit in the boat. Things are getting so difficult now. I'm scared after all. I'm just a tiny chap. I mean, everyone calls me so, said Nike, still amazed at seeing the dolphin. All right, let me see how can I help you, said the dolphin looking at the sky. I have a solution to your problem. I can help you cross the river, said the dolphin with a broad smile. Really? How? Asked Nike as he jumped off the bench. Well, you can sit on my back and I'll take you to the other end of the river. But what will you give me in return? Asked the dolphin, rubbing her eyes. After thinking for some minutes, Nike replied, in return, I can give you a packet of chips. Chips? What is that? Never heard of it before, said the dolphin curiously. Nike sat with his eyes open. He couldn't believe that there exist such creatures on this planet who did not know what chips were. Is it something to play? Asked the dolphin, rubbing the other eye. A few minutes back, you just said that you know everything. Nike replied, looking at the dolphin with wide eyes. The dolphin laughed and said, it was just a joke. Haha, your name is written on your school identity card hanging from your bag. Oh, Nike said, looking down at the identity card, which was yellow in color. He then said, well, we eat chips. See, it looks something like this. Nike said as he took out the other packet of chips from his bag and handed over to the dolphin. Oh, wow, it looks tempting. What flavor is it? Asked the dolphin, turning the packet to search the name of the flavor. It is spicy tomato. You love it. Will this do? Asked Nike anxiously. The dolphin thought for a minute and jumped with joy. Hop onto my back, you dear boy. It's time to go to Grandma, exclaimed the dolphin with a big smile. Yay! Cheered Nike with joy, a smile coming on his face after a long time. They chit chatted the whole way, getting to know each other's world, and soon they reached the other side. Hop off, tiny kid, I have done my job, said the dolphin as they reached the other end of the river and she started to play with the packet of chips. Thank you, dear dolphin, for helping me, Nike said as he shook hands with her. You are a nice kid. Who would come this far to meet one's grandma? Say hello to grandma from my side, said the dolphin as she tasted the chips. Yummy! These are tasty. Now I don't have to worry about my lunch today, the dolphin said as she jumped back into the water and vanished before Nike could say anything. Now, Grandma was only 20 minutes away. Nike ran as fast as he could, hopping onto the branches of trees which were fallen down. Grandma, Grandma, I'm here. This is all that he was saying as he ran towards her home. Soon, he reached his grandma's house and knocked on the door. Grandma, Grandma, this is Nike. I have come to meet you. Please open the door. I have come to spend time with you, Nike kept saying as he knocked the wooden door. But there was no reply. She must be collecting fruits, Nike whispered to himself as he sat on the footsteps outside the door, bringing back his breath to normal. Soon he saw an old woman coming towards the hut with a basket of fruits in her hands, trying to figure out who was sitting on the footsteps of her hut. Knight jumped and went running towards her. As he saw her face, he hugged her tightly and said, Grandma, it's you. I don't believe it. I have reached you at last. I am Nike. Nike? Is it you, really? Grandma asked with tears flowing down her eyes. Yes, Grandma, it's me. I am here. Now you won't feel lonely anymore, Nike said as he kissed Grandma on her soft cheeks. Oh, my grandson. Oh, Nike, I don't believe this. You have grown taller. Have you come all alone? Where is mom and dad? Grandma asked, looking here and there. Well, it's a long story, Grandma. Can we go and sit inside? I'm very tired, Nike said, stretching his arms and yawning. They sat in the hut as Grandma gave him some fresh fruits to eat. Now tell me your long story, Nike, Grandma said as she made some warm tea. Nike narrated his whole journey, and after he finished, his grandma said, "You little boy had an amazing adventure. You are a strong boy, I must say. If I were you, I would have returned back from the information desk." They both laughed. Grandma, Nike said as he looked at her lovingly. "Yes, Nike," she replied as she sipped her warm tea. "I have brought a little gift for you," Nike said softly. "A gift for me?" asked Grandma with a smile. "Yes, but first please close your eyes," said Nike as he blinked towards her. "You have become so naughty, Nike," Grandma replied as she closed her eyes. Nike kept the gift in her palms. "Now open your eyes," said Nike, who was very excited. "This looks lovely. Wow, such a beautiful photo," Grandma said, adoring it. It was the same photo in which he was sitting in her lap. Nike then said, "I have brought this photo for you. Now you can always look at it and remember me. I love you so much." "Oh, Nike, I'll always keep it safely with me," said Grandma as she hugged him. They hugged and spent the whole day together. "Nike, it's evening now. You should go back. I'll leave you at the bus stop. Go carefully and tell your parents everything. And next time, don't come alone like this. It is not safe," Grandma said as she got up and looked outside the window. "But, Grandma," said Nike with a grin. "Yes," replied Grandma. "We both won't be able to sit on the back of the DoLpHin together. There is not enough space." He giggled as both of them laughed. "Well, so you'll go back alone?" asked Grandma, concerned. "Yes, Grandma, it's time for another adventure," Nike said as he got up and held his bag. "Should I go, Grandma?" Nike asked her, and she handed him a basket of fruits to take with him for the whole family. As he took the basket, he was suddenly woken up by a jerk. "Mom, I was with Grandma. How did I come to my room?" Nike asked, looking around to see where he was. "Nike, you must have had a dream," said his mom, taking out his fresh school uniform from his cupboard. "But I met Grandma. She is fine. She gave me fruits to eat," said Nike as he put his feet on the ground. "Nike, I can just say that it was a beautiful dream." "All right, sweetie," replied his mom with a smile. That morning, while having breakfast, his mother asked him, "Why are you smiling, dear?" Nike replied, "Because I had a beautiful dream." "Really? What was it?" asked his father. "Well, I'll only tell about it to Grandma," Nike said as he picked up a banana. They all smiled as they had their hot breakfast. That day, after returning from school, Nike spoke to his grandma on phone and told her about his dream. They spoke for hours, and the next month, Nike's parents took him to visit his grandma. At last, his dream came true. This beautiful story ended with an important lesson which we should all learn and follow. That is, we should love our parents and grandparents as they have loved us all our lives. And we should listen to and respect our elders as they know what is right for us. So, dear children, make sure that you love your grandparents and parents, and also make sure that you respect them and listen to them because they know what is right for you. Bye, dear children. I'll catch you up with the next story. Take care and have a good time. Bye.